Hey, it's Nick again at the Avante Institute in Nassau, Bahamas, here in the beautiful Caribbean. It's a hot one today, but I wanted to put this video out for you if you're researching Ibogaine therapy specifically, and this one's titled, What is Ibogaine Treatment Really Like? Because more often than not, what I hear is not from patients, but from those who put it out there on the internet or in various blogs. Um, but the way that it seems that more often than not it's described is sitting through or going through a movie of your life, um, with constant visions and moving images and experiences and so forth. And you know that's yeah, that's not quite close to what it is. About the only constant that I can tell you about Ibogaine treatment is that no individual experience is like another's. So everyone's is highly individualized, highly unique, um, and some, probably as close to half, don't have profound imagery and visions. It's it's more of a feeling. It's more of an experience that comes over you, and in what way does it come over you? Well, it's not lollipops and rainbows. That's, it's not like floating along on a magic carpet. It is, uh, it can be dark. It more often than not is quite dark, but it's serious. It's an experience of coming to terms with who you genuinely are, the genuine article, and digging through the layers of masks that we put on um, throughout our life, and how we title ourselves internally as addicts or as alcoholics or as depressives, um, and how it's more of a coming of age and in within yourself to allow your true self to come out and to leave these masks uh, and opinions of ourself behind. They call Ibogaine the granddaddy or the grandmaster, and it's for good reason, because, um, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, because it's a highly fulfilling experience, but it's a serious experience, and Ibogaine sits you down and talks to you firmly. And I think the profound realization consistently seems to be that, you know, I'm valued, coming out the other side, believing that you're truly a valuable person, that you you have love, you are loved, you are valuable, you have purpose, and your life is meaningful. And within that lies a lot of opportunity um, to recover from whatever is ailing you emotionally, psychologically, or chemically, physically, chemically. I'm no scientist, and so, I probably don't have the proper terminology on exactly, but this is what it feels like. It feels as if you are going through an experience, and it's a feeling, right? It's a it has a way of unlocking memories that are stored within you, that are otherwise not reachable, right? So in my case, and I was going to try not to use my experience as an example, but it's a good one, because I experienced something with my grandfather when I was 2 to 3 years old. It was a pleasant experience. It was fishing on a pier. He was teaching me how to hook the bait and all that kind of thing. But I have no recollection of that. I was a couple years old. But it was there. It was in there. And Ibogaine has a way of digging deep within your memory bank and unlocking these files that are truly otherwise unattainable. And it allows you to envision the complete trajectory of your life and the beauty that's been involved with it, the happiness, the laughter, the love, and it you come out the other side believing have value and feeling inspired and strengthened to leave these destructive patterns, behaviors, and habits behind. So that's kind of what you get out of it. Now, what does it feel like? So it feels like it feels like an out-of-body experience. For one, you don't feel your limbs, your body. You're in a zone, on a level that is hard to describe. You're in complete peace. You're in a different zone, provided you're in the proper environmental setting and there's not distractions going on. You're at complete peace and totally disconnected from the reality of what's around you. And this goes on for, 18 to 24 hours is the typical time frame before, we're bringing a light snack and refreshments up to the patient. But the intense phase is 6 hours on average, 6 to 8 hours. This really intense phase. But the effects of the medicine can last as long as 24 hours. Normally about 18 is where, people will get up and maybe sit up in their bed and have something light to eat or drink. And but then a full day of rest following. But as I say, it's not Ibogaine has no recreational value at all whatsoever. No one would want to take Ibogaine for joy or for the experience alone, unless it was for therapeutic purposes. And that's why there's one of the reasons why it needs to be done in a controlled environment with proper clinical oversight. As we've said but in other videos, there are cardiovascular effects that, in terms of QT prolongation, the refiring of the heart, the bump, 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 there's an electrical firing of the heart, and it can extend that. And so, you need to be monitored and you need to have proper tests in advance of treatment. But yeah, it's not lollipops and rainbows. It can be dark. It is all work, but it's extraordinarily therapeutic. And you come out the other side having lifted this veil on your life, having this relief of burden taken off of you, and just you're raw. I mean, your emotions are very raw immediately after treatment. Oftentimes, patients, including myself, would cry at the drop of a hat the following day, 2-3 days following, because you're just full of emotion, gratitude. gratifying emotion, feeling. It's a mixture of surrender and inspire, you know, of of leaving it all behind you and having it all in front of you. Um, it's just a wonderful, profound feeling of of a freshness, a new start, a new lease on life. And within that sense of that renewed sense of self is, it's you're inspired. You feel life isn't a burden anymore. Life is a blessing and an opportunity. And rather than feel badly for the time you've lost or the time you've wasted through this, you forgive yourself and are excited for the opportunities for the future. And that's with relationships, with anyone you care about, whether it's a spouse, whether it's your folks, uh, your children, your siblings, all the way, your coworkers, even. It's yeah, it's a wonderful experience. Honestly, everyone should probably experience some psychedelic. Ibogaine is pretty powerful, um, so I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but it it is the only entheogen that has the capacity to break the physical and emotional cycles of addiction, and of chemical dependence. So in that respect, it is unique, highly unique, and that's what family members often say when their loved one returns home. When they see him at the airport, they often say, "I could see it in his eyes, in his or her eyes immediately." It's this new sense of gratitude and awakening. So that's kind of what the experience is like. Um, yes, there can be some purging involved um, through the experience, or vomiting, but it's usually contained right around the 3 to 4 hour mark, and it happens typically in succession. On occasion, a patient will have a little more of a problem with that, but it's rare. Um, it's certainly not like ayahuasca or anything like that. And I don't mean to minimize the reports of visions, because there most certainly are visions. It's just that they can be sporadic, they can be fixed, more like photography. But as I say, more often than not, it is feeling the experiences and having them reborn within you, um, knowing that they occurred, and just having that sense of love and companionship and understanding of your value. So I hope that that's helpful. Um, any more questions at all, or if you want to comment below, or drop us an email at avanteinstitute@gmail.com, please do. You can also give us a call, always 844-428-2683. That's 844-4Avante. And yeah, we hope to have you with us soon. And thanks so much for watching.